Picture this. It's 2017. The world is buzzing with the latest tech and trends. Social media is exploding with selfies and hashtags, and everyone is glued to their smartphones. The iPhone X just dropped. It's the hottest gadget on the market with its sleek design and cutting-edge features. People are lining up outside Apple stores, eager to get their hands on this revolutionary device. Fidget spinners are all the rage. These little gadgets are everywhere, from classrooms to office desks, providing a momentary distraction and endless fun. And seeing a single movie in theaters can cost you upwards of $15. Easy. The price of a ticket has become a luxury, making it harder for movie lovers to enjoy their favorite films on the big screen. But wait, what's that sound? A distant rumble, a whisper of change in the air. Is that the sound of 1,000 cash registers weeping? Enter MoviePass. This innovative company is about to turn the movie industry on its head. This plucky little company bursts onto the scene with a wild proposition: unlimited movies in theaters for just $10 a month. It sounds too good to be true, but it's real. You read that right, $10. The cost of a single movie ticket now grants you access to an entire month of cinematic adventures. Suddenly everyone from your broke college roommate to your grandma who still thinks Netflix is a place to return movies is signing up for this cinematic holy grail. MoviePass becomes the talk of the town, a must-have for anyone who loves movies. Analysts are scratching their heads. Hollywood execs are sweating. How can this business model possibly be sustainable? The industry is in a frenzy trying to make sense of this new disruptor, and we, the movie-going public, are stuffing popcorn into our faces with reckless abandon. Every weekend becomes an opportunity to catch the latest releases, without worrying about the cost. It was pure, unadulterated chaos. Glorious, beautiful, movie-fueled chaos. Theaters are packed, lines are long, and the excitement is palpable. And for a brief, shining moment, it seemed like the golden age of cinema had returned. MoviePass had given us a gift, a chance to fall in love with the magic of the movies all over again. Remember when people used to wait in line for iPhones? Or Beanie Babies? Those were the days when people would camp out overnight, braving the elements just to be the first to get their hands on the latest must-have item. It was a phenomenon that seemed to capture the collective imagination, a testament to the power of marketing and the allure of exclusivity. Yeah, those were weird times, but folks, it was about to get a whole lot weirder. Imagine a world where the hottest ticket in town wasn't a gadget or a plush toy, but something entirely different. Something that would change the way we think about entertainment and value. Because now, the hot ticket in town wasn't a gadget or a plush toy, but a little red M on your phone screen. Yes, MoviePass, the app that promised unlimited movies for a flat monthly fee. It was a game changer, a disruptor in the truest sense of the word. Theaters, used to the tumbleweed-blowing emptiness of a Tuesday afternoon matinee, were suddenly more packed than a clown car at a circus convention. It was as if someone had flipped a switch and suddenly, everyone wanted to go to the movies again. MoviePass had unleashed a monster, a beast with an insatiable appetite for popcorn and overpriced soda. Lines snaked around buildings. People who hadn't set foot in a theater in years were now regulars, all thanks to that little red M. People whispered the sacred words MoviePass member like they were joining a secret society. It was a badge of honor, a mark of distinction in a world where everyone was looking for the next big thing. It was a sight to behold, a testament to humanity's unwavering love for a good deal, even if it meant braving the great unwashed masses just to see the Emoji Movie on a Tuesday afternoon. The lines, the excitement, the sheer volume of people, it was a cultural phenomenon, a moment in time that captured the essence of what it means to be a consumer in the modern age. Now, you don't have to be a Wall Street whiz kid to know that something about this whole MoviePass thing just didn't add up. It's like trying to sell dollar bills for 50 cents. Sure, you'll move a lot of product, but you're also going to go broke faster than a hamster on a wheel. MoviePass, it seemed, was operating on the bold assumption that people wouldn't actually use the service they were paying for. Their business model, if you could call it that, was essentially a giant game of chicken with their own customers. And boy, did those customers rise to the challenge. With the gusto of 1,000 hungry hippos descending upon a single watermelon, MoviePass users embraced their newfound freedom with a fervor that would make even the most ardent cinephile blush. Amidst the growing chorus of skepticism, MoviePass CEO Mitch Lowe remained defiantly optimistic. "We're not in the business of making money from movie tickets," he proclaimed with the unwavering confidence of a man who had clearly never taken an economics class. "We're building a data company? Ah yes, data. The magical elixir of the tech world, the currency of the future, except in MoviePass's case, the only data they seemed to be collecting was how quickly a company can hemorrhage money before spontaneously combusting." Lowe, bless his cotton socks, doubled down on the company's vision, promising investors and customers alike that MoviePass was the future of cinema. But even the most devoted disciples of the Church of MoviePass were starting to have their doubts. The writing, it seemed, was on the wall, and it was written in bright red ink. Section 5, all-you-can-eat buffet, but for movies, and some people brought Tupperware. Now let's be honest, some people went totally bonkers with MoviePass. We're talking seeing multiple movies a day, every day, kind of bonkers. These were the folks who treated MoviePass like an all-you-can-eat buffet, piling their plates high with cinematic delights until they could barely move. You had people driving hours to different theaters just to squeeze in one more screening. People were forgetting to turn off their location services, racking up tickets for movies they weren't even watching. It was a beautiful, chaotic mess of human greed and ingenuity, a testament to our unwavering ability to exploit a loophole like it's an Olympic sport. Section 6, Error 404. Your movie ticket cannot be found. Imagine the excitement of planning a night out at the movies, only to be met with a digital roadblock. The anticipation builds as you open the MoviePass app, ready to secure your ticket, but instead, you're greeted with an error message. It's a moment of pure frustration, a stark reminder of the fragility of technology. But as the old saying goes, all good things must come to an end. The sun sets on another day, and for MoviePass, the end was inevitable. The app that once promised unlimited movie magic began to falter, leaving users in the lurch. And for MoviePass, that end came with the dreaded spinning wheel of doom. Users would stare at their screens, watching the loading icons spin endlessly, their hopes of catching the latest blockbuster fading with each passing second. The app, once a beacon of hope for cash-strapped moviegoers, began to crumble under the weight of its own popularity. What was once a revolutionary idea turned into a logistical nightmare, as the demand far outstripped the app's capabilities. Trying to buy a ticket became a game of Russian roulette. Would it work? Would it crash? The uncertainty was maddening. Each attempt to secure a ticket was fraught with anxiety, as users never knew if they would succeed or be left empty-handed. Would you end up having to pay full price for a movie you swore you could see for free? The promise of MoviePass was slipping through their fingers, and the reality of paying out of pocket was a bitter pill to swallow. The suspense was almost too much to bear. Each trip to the theater became a high-stakes gamble, with users on the edge of their seats long before the movie even started. Error messages became as common as popcorn kernels on the theater floor. The once seamless experience of booking a movie ticket was now riddled with obstacles, turning a simple pleasure into a source of stress. Blackouts left users stranded at the box office, their dreams of cinematic glory dashed against the rocks of technological failure. The disappointment was palpable, as moviegoers were forced to confront the harsh reality of a service that could no longer deliver on its promises. It was a dark time, my friends, a dark time indeed. The once bright future of MoviePass had dimmed, leaving behind a trail of disillusioned users and unfulfilled dreams. The era of unlimited movies had come to a close, and with it, a chapter in the history of cinema. Section 7. Stonks, more like stinks, the stock market turns its back. Meanwhile, back on Wall Street, the sharks were circling. MoviePass's stock, once a Wall Street darling, had plummeted faster than a piano dropped from a skyscraper. Investors, once eager to throw money at the company, were now running for the hills, clutching their wallets and muttering darkly about unsustainable business models and the dangers of unchecked optimism. The company tried everything to stay afloat. They raised prices, they limited movie choices. They even resorted to sending physical debit cards to customers, a move that seemed both desperate and oddly charming in its retro absurdity. Section 8. The backlash. A collective "I told you so" heard round the world. And then came the backlash. Oh, the backlash. The internet, never one to let a good dumpster fire go to waste, erupted in a symphony of schadenfreude. "I told you so," they cried. It was too good to be true. Memes were made, articles were written, and the once mighty MoviePass became the poster child for everything that could go wrong with Silicon Valley's disrupt or die mentality. Section 9. MoviePass. One more showing or lights out. Finally, in 2019, the inevitable happened. MoviePass shut down, its dream of cinematic domination crushed under the weight of its own ambition. The company that had promised to revolutionize the movie industry had instead become a cautionary tale, a reminder that even in the age of tech unicorns, not all that glitters is gold. But like a zombie clawing its way out of the grave, MoviePass refused to stay dead. Rumors of a revival swirled. New owners emerged, promising to learn from the mistakes of the past. Whether they succeed or fail, remains to be seen. But one thing's for sure. The legacy of MoviePass, that glorious, chaotic mess of a company, will live on in the annals of internet history.